Moments wrapped in romance that end with bitter sunrises and goodbyes. I wonder, could we ever flow together, or are we two twin souls finding each other in the wrong lifetime?
It's the final stretch, the final match. It's the finals of the 9th of the MBBs. We are heading into the last match of MBB 9 potentially. It's gonna be between Project Sekai lovers and tchouping Pro Max. Insane performances we have seen from these two teams, and that's why they're in the finals. Joining me on this journey will be Torva Zero yet again. Hello there.
Hello, hello. I am excited to see this match. I mean, I'm happy to have been here for as many matches as I could be this time. I didn't get to do as much coverage as MBB 8 sadly, but you know, the matches I have been seeing this tournament have always been, they've just all been stacked, right? There've been so many insane scores per, you know, team, per match. And I feel like this one isn't going to be any different in the sense of the density of absolutely insane scores we'll see. I mean, if we look at the match we had 20 minutes ago, that one was already just insane. But the next one, I mean, these guys have gone through their entire bracket and just deleted pretty much every single team on their way up. And I feel like this is going to be another one where it's just going to be insane scores from all the players around.
Yeah, I mean, every single team can perform, every single player in the team can perform, as we have seen. Don't sleep on Kim Da-hyun, especially on those gimmicky picks. They will perform. Don't sleep on Arnold, of course, as that 2v1 power, but again, we have seen last match, I said the same thing and it went 6-2 because Arnold is just insane, so we just don't know how the match will go until it's over. And I mean, yeah, to be fair, I don't know what to expect. I would not be surprised if this goes to TV.
Yeah, this is definitely going to be Arnold's hardest fight so far because You know, I mean, I've been saying it every time Arnold plays, right? He can definitely hold off on those 1v2 performances really well, but the later in the stages you get, the harder it's going to be because the more, you know, your opponents are going to be comfortable on these maps. They'll have played the maps more, they'll have played them in matches, and they'll be definitely getting a lot stronger on them. And I mean, we've been seeing that as the case, you know, up until the last match. I mean, Arnold's fight was looking still very strong, but more and more difficult of an uphill battle to, you know, fight two very, very strong scores on your own on a lot of those mechanics picks, especially, is always such a difficult feat. But, you know, as I was saying during the last match with Arnold, you know, it turns out that Arnold does have a secret weapon, and two of them, in fact, and that is you pick Gimmick or Free Mob 2 or something like that, and you get Kim as your extra secret weapon, or you go into mechanics and you just go out and do the impossible to FC the hardest map in the pool without a worry. And it's either of those secret weapons I think are going to be the best cases for Arnold if he gets to, you know, utilize them well.
I mean, again, they are playing a team that is skill set wise, a bit different compared to what they played last time. This team can play those hidden gimmicks they did do. I think this team was actually number 2 hidden 2 qualifiers overall, so tough challenge there, but as long as Arnold can perform on these gimmicky picks, Kim is there to support, and I mean, I think they got the better hidden 2 score than VA team, so it's just gonna be interesting to see whatever gets picked.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting to say the least. Possibly the closest match out of Arnold's matches so far. I mean, it will be very difficult to be closer than the Emerald Ages match, but that match was pretty much close to being a show match, so it's going to be interesting to see, you know, all of the scores from each teams, and I am very intrigued to see the performance from, you know, Thea and tchouping versus, you know, Kim and Arnold.
Yeah, I mean, this time they have those mechanic picks though they can go into, and you know, VA is not that great of a player. Overall, this team is not that great on those mechanic picks. They still have bans, but they cannot ban the whole pool, so you can't really
an understandable ban, but then you look at Arnold and you realize this guy can just FC it when he wants to, and then you realize, yeah, that's not a good idea to take him to, because he can 1v2 even against 2 solid scores. Maybe don't risk it, and it's an understandable ban to go for.
Yeah, definitely an understandable ban. It does leave some space for the mechanics in this pool. Normal 1 gets banned. From Team Project Sekai lovers, we are waiting for one more from them.
Yeah, getting rid of that raw aim is it's understandable. I mean, the raw aim on that normal 1 is very difficult. It does just incrementally get more difficult, a lot more spacing, and just pretty much evil across the board, especially towards that ending. But I'm interested with that ban choice, because I think both players in tchouping can put a good score on it, but maybe not wanting to risk it against Arnold. Oh, no, Arnold, sorry, you didn't risk it against VA, sorry. I got the wrong side.
I mean, looking at the bans of Project Sekai lovers, they are not banning the stuff that they are uncomfortable on, but it seems like they are banning stuff that the opponent team might do too well at, so they don't want to pick into it. And I mean, a big strategy, what can I say? Especially, well, speaking of the comfort, I don't think there's a map that Arnold is uncomfortable on, really. From what we have seen so far, they literally just strategize, and they will go into those aim bans. Normal 1, HR1 coming in from Project Sekai lovers now. Last ban coming in from tchouping Pro Max.
I understand the Hard Rock 1 ban. The Hard Rock 1 ban is a very strong ban. I mean, it was going to happen at some point, right? It's such a 50-50 map. I mean, we've seen Arnold put up some crazy scores on it, but I wouldn't put them as crazy enough to guarantee a point on. And I think those are the maps that they are going to be looking to get. And tchouping do actually choose to ban one of those maps, which Arnold could very much just get a very, not easy, but, you know, a easier time on getting that 1v2 and being that number 5. It is sad to see it go. I love that song, but it is a very smart ban to go against Arnold.
Yeah, I believe they saw what Arnold did on that normal 5 last match, and even though they lost on that, it was a scary score. There's still a DT2 open now though, so that might be scary for Team tchouping, and I believe that's gonna be one of the first picks of Project Sekai lovers by what they were doing last time. 3 mods are fully open, we have Hidden 2 open, but again, these 2 teams both are incredibly good on stuff like that, so...
I'm calling a no mod 3 deck.
Oh yeah.
I'm calling it. Let me be correct, please. No mod 3 ban, no mod 3 deck. Let's hit this banger one more time, because I think it's been a small dry streak on matches before we've seen this, right?
Yeah, not too many. I mean, the map is pretty long, so maybe that's the reason. I'm not sure if Team tchouping will be picking it, because I don't know if you want to pick Hatsune Miku map into the Hatsune Miku guy.
That's a good point. That is a very good point, actually. I didn't even think about that. Yeah, I mean, understandable if they go to the DT4, then, you know, avoid the Miku map against the Miku man himself. That's, you know what, see, they're thinking more than I am. That's why they're playing there and I'm not.
Double time for big chocolate disco. Back to back, we see this map, and yeah, I mean, we have seen it once. It's really goofy. You have those very tricky back and forths. Just a lot of stuff. It is an older map. It is pretty linear, and it is low AR, as you said. AR9 for DT. Okay, fair. I think you have a point there.
Low AR overall. And I mean, even if it wasn't low AR, this map is just evil with a lot of thing control, a lot of doubles, and a lot of really awkward aim between them. I mean, even if you made this like AR 9.8 or even AR 10, it's still got so much challenge to it. But I think adding AR 9 on top of all of that is where, you know, this map is just leveled into another level, you know, difficulty.
I think we have some IRL issues, IRL delays. Oh, that seems like Arnold is in.
Miku Gaming has joined the lobby.
Miku Miku Gaming, hell yeah.
Yeah. I don't even know what the MG actually stands for. I'm just calling it Miku Gaming because it's the only thing I can assume.
It would fit pretty well, at least, on Arnold's side, so
Yeah.
let's rock with that.
Just the Miku Gaming, Thanos, Arnold 24-24, Kimi Daeun, and going against Tchouping Fier. I mean, that's... I can't get over how, like, actually stacked this match is looking. I mean, it's only now officially starting it, and I'm already in that vibe place of just knowing that something crazy is going to go down during this match.
We have bigger best of 13 this time, so we can see even more epic scores.
I get to see my number 2.
You could maybe see your number 2, we will most likely see that DT2. Off we go, Chocolate Disco starting now, and it's gonna be VA versus Arnold 1v1ing right now. The supports are very much the same right now.
I mean, yeah, like, having these two players on the bottom row specifically, just competing head to head, I feel like it makes a lot of sense. Both of them super strong on, you know, a lot of these more weird maps. Like, VA is super strong on this map, he's on maps having a lot of really good scores on a lot of maps that are maybe not in the same exact style as this map, but a lot of maps in the same category. And then Arnold is someone who has such a good overall around ability, where, you know, these two going head to head in this fashion makes so much sense. And then you have Kim Daeun and Amao, who are actually just going head to head as well. I mean, Kim does seem to be taking the lead in that one going up top, but Faye finds a miss, which is going to move that score over to Arnold, but Arnold trades it out pretty much instantly. So it is the same 1v1s going head to head with a 3k score difference. And as I was saying, Kim does seem to be winning the 1v1 on that top row purely because of their ability on those gimmicky maps, whereas Amal does seem to be struggling just a small bit more. But his teammate seems to be putting in the shifts, but does find another unfortunate break, which gives Arnold a chance to overtake that score back.
So close, 8,000, 9,000 this far into the map. This is anyone's game so far. There's not too much combo beyond build. Kim is basically matching Amao at this point, even though they are leading by about 2,000, 3,000 points. Well, a bit more, 5k now. And Arnold finds a miss again. It's Via with 250 combo dragging back 1/4 of the map. There's a bit of a slower part. But if Via finds a miss, there's still room for Arnold to shift it back. There is a recovery combo. Kim finds the trade with ammo, but Via keeps holding that 390 combo now up to 429,000 points in favor of Team Blue, 30k. It looks like Via can hold the combo at the end of the map to shift the score to Team Blue and get the first point. No breakpoints happening right now, but it was a close one.
Yeah, that was very, very tense for the first 2/3 of the map, but then it got to that last third. It looked like it was moving into Arnold's favor, and then VA just started to quietly build that combo back up. You know, just basically being a silent assassin on that score, and it just started to move so quickly, especially on Arnold's next break after VA started building it up, and brought that score back over into their favor to win the point. It was still really well placed, you know, map to go into. You know, it was a map that we just saw Arnold play, looking strong on, but then to go into that and go, yeah, we can beat that. And just absolutely proving themselves correct on that, you know, that shot call. I mean, it was just a beautifully played map there from especially VA, who did actually outscore Arnold by almost 100k.
I mean, if Arnold gets outscored, it is gonna be difficult for that 1v2, but it was pretty close anyway, since Kim definitely matched their opponent. They did their job. They are definitely making stuff in the lobby, and I mean, respectfully, I think they should just blame Arnold for this one, because they did their job. Yeah, they did match their opponent.
Yeah, they didn't even just match the opponent, they actually overtook the opponent that entire map. So, you know, Kim's already on that fighting stance to start this match out. It just seems Arnold needs to, you know, maybe focus on to matching VA and even overtaking VA, but I mean, let's be real here, that in its own is another feat, because even though Arnold is super strong at everything, VA is also really good. I mean, technically can be counted as a defending champ of MBB. And here it is. Geek. Getting that DT2. Oh, here we go. Arnold FC with 99, bro. Just one up yourself, bro. Come on, let's do this.
I mean, if you look at this pick, how iconic is it? How iconic is that the team that banned this previous match, is picking into it now?
Yeah, they really were scared of Fromage's mechanical ability, and I mean, you can't really blame them. They did well in that No Mod 5, but then, you know, you're going against a team that aren't necessarily known for their mechanical ability, and you go, yeah, I got that. I can go back to 1v2. I can go back to FCing this and not having to worry about my opponent also double FCing. And I think that is, you know, the main idea that was behind it, banning the DT2 versus picking it this time, immediately 20 minutes later, roughly. So, I mean, it's very interesting to see how this goes. I think there can be definitely some solid scores coming out here. I don't know if they're going to be able to match Arnold on this, because he is on another level on this DT2 Kevlar skin.
Yeah, I mean, we have seen the FC from Arnold on this. And usually, I believe tchouping Promax did usually ban this map, at least from the early rounds, because again, but like, if you have a pool that big and you have maps like DD3, No Mod 5 that you are a bit more uncomfortable on, you don't really have a choice to ban every single tapping map in the pool. That's what could make the difference, but starting off, we see Kim. Yeah, I don't think Kim has become a tapping player or speed player this tournament, unfortunately. It does take time. But hey, they are trying.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely nice to see that Kim is still going to go all out for it, but I mean, yeah, practicing mechanics in the span of a week and becoming strong enough to play 246 BPM stamina, it ain't something you're going to build in a week. Hell, it ain't even something you're going to build in a month. You know, it takes a lot of practice to get into that level, and you can tell that, you know, there are players who put that practice in, like Amal and Arnold and Fie, who actually, you know, still holding on solidly, does unfortunately find a break. So it is the 1v1 versus Arnold and Amal, and this 1v1 is looking close so far. A solid 98 coming out from Amal, but 99.64 coming out from Arnold in that first Ki, and it's the 1v1 between Faye and Kim, but Faye is looking a small bit more confident on this bit with 246.
1v1 is definitely currently helping Fie a bit, but down he goes again. Kim with the chain miss as well. That's Amao against Arnold, 1v1ing Arnold with the better accuracy, 99%, but if any one of those breaks, the points will go instantly to the side of the team that does not break. Incoming, but they both hit. It is so close, 18,000 points, anything can change. Kim now holding the better combo over Fie on these tower part hits. The streams never, why not anymore, but Fie does trade it out, so it's 20,000 points, it's not moving anywhere. And it's just 5 of those 2 FCs. If Amao finds more egg drops, it might cost them, it might be costly, it might go to the red side, but so far they are hitting that perfectly as well. And Arnold onto that 99% FC, still holding strong, but 55,000 now. Fie finds some combo, and that combo is really good for the side of Amao, because that support is bringing them 60,000 point lead. Fie finds the miss, Amao is still holding onto that FC, but so does Arnold, and Amao finds the miss though. Down goes Amao, and there's the score. It moves to Arnold. Arnold is holding that 99% full combo. Can he do it? Can he redo the score he did earlier into the tournament? I think he can. He's hitting the ending. Amao finds the chain miss. I think
Come
it's
on, Arnold! Come on! One up yourself! No! Drop the 99 on the last stream! I believe he has one-upped himself by a solid margin, but the 99 choke! No! And also, credit where it's due from Amal to pretty much be matching Arnold the entire map until, you know, the stamina at the ending. I mean, just genuinely insane. But unfortunately, I just find those misses so unlucky. You know, you do only have so long before you find that burnout. In this map, basically not having a chance to stop and take a momentary break, it does burn that stamina so quickly.
It does indeed, and I mean, 800k is an insane score on this map. But what can you do if the opponent FC's 1.1 mil, and Arnold did indeed outscore himself from the previous attempts, so this is the best DT2 score we have seen so far. He is just so consistent. I don't get it.
Nick, you were saying, towards the later half of that map about Arnold possibly being the first one to break. I had full confidence. I don't think I'm ever seeing that man miss on PP2 ever again. His consistency on speed is just absurd. Like, it is... When you go to that tournament level, it is genuinely scary to witness someone like Arnold, who is so strong on mechanics. And it's even crazy to see that, Amau against anyone else, other than maybe Emily, which just would have been so close, and possibly would have won most of the T2 picks against other than maybe 2 other people in this tournament. But against Arnold, it's a different story, where you have to FC and you have to 99 on those mechanics if you want hope. But the main mechanical map is gone. Arnold's saving grace is gone. And now it's going to be onto those gimmicks, like this map, for example, a bit different. OD8, AR8, CS4, which is quite comfortable, but the other sections aren't. And 1 minute 55, 167 BPM. This is basically going a full 180. And Kim has declared the 1v1 with Amau. So it will be Arnold versus Faye, Kim versus Amau, and let's see how that goes.
Oh god. Yeah, I mean, this is a messed up map. We see Yokes by, not a good start from the beginning. This map, dirty androids. I mean, almost sounds like Asteroid, so basically double IL style map, just different artist, and I'll just let you listen and see what this map is all about.
Yeah, you usually just see early in with these patterns. I mean, this kind of reminds me of Vanguard 1, I think it is, which is how awkward that tapping gets with some of these really awkward aim patterns. And we have already seen a few misses coming out from Kim and Amau. The 1v1 going full-fledged with Kim actually winning that 1v1 on that end right now. But if you look at the other 1v1 going on right now, down on the bottom half of that screen, Fie is winning it quite decisively right now. Almost 10% accuracy ahead of Arnold. The player that has been considered, arguably, if not definitively, one of the strongest players in this tournament so far, is currently being, just having to fight back with their life to try and keep up with the disgusting score Faye is outputting right now.
Yeah, I mean, almost 99%. What is that?
That's just not okay. Like, as I was saying on that DT4, Fie is just so strong on these kind of maps. It's genuinely absurd. Like, oh my god, Fie, what is that miss? Oh, but it's fine because Arnold traded it out. But I think that 8k damage is gonna be, a decent margin to bring back. But the accuracy being so in favor of Fie by almost 5%. I mean, it's definitely gonna kind of sit in that side, especially if Fie just holds combo and doesn't drop major accuracies, which, other than that unfortunate miss, I don't think is gonna be happening anytime soon.
It's back to 25-30k in favor of Team Blue, and it's not going to the other side. Arnold does find the miss. No, come on, Arnold, and now it will just run away. Fie 95.6%.
Genuinely just disgusting.
Like, absolute shit miss on basically nothing. Still, that's a 2v1 from Fie now.
Yeah, Fie just throwing Arnold's game into his face. However, if we look at the 1v1s, Kim has won his 1v1. This is another case of Kim can't be blamed for the loss when he's doing his job and he is marking Amau on a lot of these maps.
I mean, Kim did indeed outperform by almost half of... almost twice the Amau map score, but... And then on the bottom right side, you have VA with 95.6% AC. Just unstoppable on maps like this, which gives you a bit of a concern if you maybe opted for that hidden 2, because now it's not so sure seeing what VA can do. Again, maybe that no mod 2 now could be the case, maybe no mod 3. Maybe no mod 4 even, there's a lot to pick from. Hidden 2, Hidden 3 are really a 50-50 maps right now, I feel like. So I'm not fully sure what to go in. You have 3 mods open, you have 3 mods now which are not FC'd with Hidden if I recall correctly. It's just a question of what do you think will work the best for Project Sekai lovers right now?
No mod 2. That's my answer, no mod 2. Is it biased? Yes. Do I want to see no mod 2? Yes.
Oh.
But does Arnold actually end up picking no mod 2? Yes, he does. Arnold, you my guy. You my goat right there. That's what I love to see. Letting your mans see that no mod 2. If you don't know this no mod 2 because you haven't seen the other matches or just have been watching but haven't seen a match where this has been played, because it is, I think, on the lower end of pick rates, this map is evil. It is 186 BPM streams. Now you might think to yourself, that doesn't sound so bad. I mean, that sounds easier than Sidetrack Day. Now the difference between this and Sidetrack Day, even on the hardest of Sidetrack Days, is that is comfortable flowing. This is the furthest from it. It is acceleration, deceleration, acceleration, all in the span of one stream. And they curl it around so awkwardly. They are so difficult to hit correctly, and the tapping on it, even with it being 186 BPM, can get a bit awkward at times. And that's the problem you need to watch out for this no mod 2. It is just evil through that 2 minutes and 35 drain time.
I mean, it is short, but it is disgustingly difficult. Those axle diesel, as you are saying, you just need an insane amount of control to be able to hit them properly, to be able to not overstream and die to note lock or something like that. And I believe this might be another of those where Kim might struggle together with Amao. And we see a Kim might struggle together with Fia, and we might see a 1v1 between Arnold and Amao like we've seen on that DT2.
Yeah, that could be the possibility for this match. However, I also do think that because of the BPM in this map, I think VA does have a solid shot of setting a strong score here. And I mean, Amao definitely does, especially being a lot of those, more focused on those mechanics side of, maps. But this map doesn't fully lean just into your mechanics, and you see it go straight from the get-go. It is one of those flowing maps. This is practically just an aim map with an occasional side of tapping, because it just doesn't really stop. You don't need to stop tapping all too much, except for small sections, and it is Arnold and Amao matching each other in those 99 areas, but VA is still holding on solid with a 97% score, and you can just see this flowing really get difficult, and it does cause VA a few unfortunate misses, but managing not to no-lock, which is impressive in its own feat, especially with how easy it is to over-aim on this map. But it is still Arnold and Amao just going head-to-head on these scores. I mean, small bit of accuracy drop coming in from Amao, going to under that 99%, whereas Arnold has climbed to 99.78%, which is just insane on this kind of map. And yeah, there's a few act drops and a few misses, but it is traded by Amao, but the person that was, was expected to maybe be on the weaker end was the one holding combo towards the end, though. It was Fia holding to 300 combo, but against the halfway point, there are no more major combos on the board, and this is where the map really kicks off. There's a lot of start-stops, a lot of these triples, and the flowing just gets so much more awkward. A follow point is added in here and there, and it just gets so much more difficult to hold on to that combo, and you can see it happening. But VA, the aim player that he brings out inside of himself, I mean, he's just aiming it perfectly fine. The accuracy might not be there, but accuracy isn't really there for anyone other than Arnold on that 96%. And it is just absurd what is going on right now, about 166,000 score difference.
Yeah, I do apologize. I might have underestimated VA, because they are cooking and they are actually the higher score of Team Blue right now. The team score is there. Arnold might have the better solo, but the support is not there, as Kim is indeed struggling on maps like this. Unfortunately, this brutal Arnold is holding the best combo. Wait a second, there is a chance. 200k to beat. Is there enough time? Though I don't think there is, unless VA and Amao find some huge chain misses right near the end of the map, which is right now. No, it's not going fast enough, and this will be the first breakpoint of the match. And I believe that's the first breakpoint Project Sekai lovers dropped past semi-finals.
Yeah, I mean, that is super unlucky from Arnold. I mean, I'll take blame for asking you to pick the no mod 2. Even if you can't hear me, I'll take the blame anyway. Because, you did actually put out a very solid score there. 480,000, but, competing with 330,000 plus, I mean, that's difficult. But credit where credit's due. We gotta respect the full combo from Kim. We're just seeing a visual bug there. But, tchouping still managed to win somehow despite that crazy work from them. God's intervention, if I might say.
Indeed. Now, the question is what they go for. They are 1 point ahead now. They can opt for something gimmicky again. They can try the gamble. They have the room to play. And there's a bit of that. There's that hidden 3, there's that hidden 2. Those are still open. There's that 3 mod 2 as well. So, you know, after seeing how that no mod 6 went, they might have a lot of options here.
Yeah, but they should pick Hard Rock 3. Or no mod 4. You know what, I'm going to be biased with my optional picks here. I think that's the picks they should go for. And the reason why I'm going to specify I'm going biased with it and not just going off what I assume they can play, because with every map remaining, you know, pretty much everyone can play them at this point. I mean, Arnold, the Miku man himself, is going to shred on no mod 3. We've seen this happen already, but then so can Fie. Then we go to those hiddens, and guess what? Pretty much everyone in this lobby can play them. Go to those hard rocks, and that's where I think, you know, the more difference in those playstyles might start to appear. And Fie does pick into the no mod 3, picking the Miku map against the Miku man. Going into the alt map, Dance Number. Iconic, very well known, and just a flat out evil map when it needs to be.
I have seen Arnold put up a score on this before. The thing is, can they put up a score good enough to beat both players of tchouping Pro Max? On this map, might not be as difficult for Kim to play, even though they were struggling on tapping maps. This one is slower. Well, slower to 96 BPM is not particularly slower, but it is also divided by 2. Still, incredibly difficult map, incredibly easy map to note lock on, chain miss on, so this is a Miku map. That's what we need to know.
Yeah, this map just gets more difficult. There are some small easier sections, like the start of the guitar solo isn't too bad in this difficulty. But then the guitar solo keeps going, and you get to that second half of the guitar solo near the ending, and you realize it just goes full force swinging at you with a lot of really awkward flow aim on that ult, and then, you know, a lot of snap aim, a lot in the early half. I mean, it's just, there's so much struggle on this map everywhere, but, you know, it's gonna be Fie and Amal going basically head-to-head with Arnold here. I mean, Kim can definitely put out a score on this. It is closer to the gimmicks than it is just pure mechanics, so we can definitely put out a better score here, but I think the score difference on the difficulty of this map might start to show itself quite openly, and it's gonna be up to Arnold to pull out an insane score.
And if there's not enough support from Kim, Arnold will need to 1v2, and 1v2 in a map that is 4 minutes long. Yeah, that's a mission impossible almost, but I mean, I don't want to say anything because we have seen Arnold pull out some scores that should not be possible. So you just see and watch how it goes. Starting off, there is combo advantage on Team Blue, as Kim does find some misses, not too many though. Kim is still staying pretty good under score, 30k difference because of that. Again, we did not hit the hard part of the map yet. We are only hitting the few alt sections. Arnold does find the miss though, traded by Kim, so it's a 1v1 between Arnold and Fie, but Arnold finds the miss as well, and it's only Fie with the full combo now, 98.88% going into the first slower, well, can you even call it a break? It's not really a break, just slows down for a bit, and we are back to hell.
Yeah, I mean, I don't even think it would be an argument anymore to consider Fie a very, very strong, if not, you know, up there as some of the stronger contenders for a lot of these, you know, more awkward maps, a lot of these aim-focused, but somewhat challenging on the tapping side as well with these, you know, awkward alt maps, awkward gimmicky maps. Fie is just there every time, and he just sets out so many strong scores every time, and we're just seeing another one coming out with, I believe now, the strongest intro we have seen on this map so far, with 99% accuracy on this intro, about 1,000 combo in, and Arnold is starting to catch back up, and the miss from Fei is definitely going to give Arnold a chance to bring it back. And with Amal also finding a miss as well on the lower accuracy, there's definitely an opportunity for Arnold, but he's not winning the accuracy game this time, but he is going to be winning combo, but that score lead could not be closing fast enough. We're at the halfway point of the map, and this is where the map gives you a very tiny break, gives you a small breather because it is getting ready to show you the pits of hell in the guitar solo. But there's nothing to worry about just yet. It's a bit calm, you know, you're just having your free time, get your free combo in, because I promise you now, that free combo isn't going to be lasting forever. And Arnold is going to be going into it with a very strong combo, so the start of this guitar solo is going to give him a good opportunity to maybe bring the score back a bit. 90k and decreasing, moving slowly in favor of Project Sekai lovers, but I don't know if it's going to close anytime fast enough, especially as the guitar solo starts to kick off, and you can hear it just start going crazy, and the map now starts to really kick off these follow point awkward tapping areas, but Arnold just doesn't seem to be worrying about them whatsoever. In fact, I think his accuracy is going up on them, but so is Fie, who is holding through it now and starting to build that combo into recovery. But Arnold has now surpassed that 1k combo mark into this ending, and I would say about the strongest ending coming in from strongest intro coming in from Fei, but I'm thinking we're seeing a strongest ending coming in from Arnold as he combos through the guitar solo.
Here the VE is down, there's no combo on anyone else outside of Arnold. If Arnold holds onto that 1k combo, it will shift very, very soon, but finds this on the slower section, 13,000 points into the shift. VE now with the higher combo, and if they hold, this map will go in their favor, and if they hold, this will be a point in their favor. This will be a good point for them. 20,000 points VE is holding. VE needs to hold. If they drop, there is a chance for Arnold to come back on this. There's still a bit of the map left, about 30 seconds left. VE needs to hold. Kim and Amal are basically matching the misses, but that does not really matter right now as we are spectating the 1v1, the eternal 1v1 between Arnold and VE on this map. And it is looking so good for VE, but finds the miss. Does Arnold have time for the shift? 30,000 points, it's going down, but very, very slowly. Kim does find the chain, is not helping Arnold at all. Amal, VE holding their combos pretty strong. Is there enough time? There's not so many circles left. Arnold holding over 500 combo, but there, so is VE and Amal. They need to miss for Arnold to be able to find the score, and I don't think it's gonna happen. They are gonna hold the 30,000 point lead, and it's gonna go to Team Blue. That was close, but not close enough.
Yeah, that was stressful. 4 misses each for Faye and Arnold, which is a disgusting miscount on this map. It is so difficult to get anything below 10 as it is, but getting below 5 is another story. And both of them holding pretty much the 1k combos, but 1.2 from Arnold. I mean, like, you couldn't ask for a stronger ending except for maybe just holding for an extra 100 combo, but I don't even know if that would have been enough. An absolutely disgusting score coming out from Faye, and a decently, a very, very strong intro, probably the strongest intro, but, forcing a small bit on the ending, but not enough to give Arnold that chance to come back. And it was a very, very well fought battle there from Arnold, but just not enough to bring it back.
Bit unfortunate there, going 1-4, but 1-4 is not really a score you want to see on the scoreboard, don't you?
No, not when we want to see that tiebreaker. Please! Arnold, go crazy! I believe!
Well, last time we have seen 1-4, it went well. It's a scoreline that brings a bit of memories to our... Will the 4-1 curse hit this time as well?
Don't remind me. Why'd you remind me of Australia? Why? Why'd you do this to me? This is evil. And yeah, there we go, there it is, the hidden why. If that curse is to start, this is the map it's gonna start on. I can already feel it because of Kimmy pulling out disgusting scores in this, Arnold pulling out disgusting scores in this. However, you have got to be fighting against Amal and Fie. 2 people who are going to be strong on this, and Fie especially so good on these awkward maps as well. So I'm interested to see how this goes, because for this match so far, we've been having pretty much just 2 separate 1v1s, and it depends on the map. If it goes to the mechanics, it's Arnold versus Amal, but if it's on the non-mechanical maps, it's Arnold versus Fie. But this case, it does truly become a 2v2.
It does. The question is the 2v2 gonna be strong enough for a team of Arnold and Kim? Will Kim perform good enough for that 2v2 to work? Can Fie and Amal, they can play hidden. They did show that throughout the qualifiers, throughout the whole tournament, so it's not gonna be an easy one. On paper, it is more favorable for Team Project Sekai lovers, but you never know until the map is over. That's what we have learned from this match, just because of how close it was so far.
Yeah, it's been super close. Pretty much every map. I mean, we've had some maps where it's been closer than others, don't get me wrong, but even on those furthest apart maps, there has still been tension for it. There's been competition. And this map, I think, might end, maybe not the closest, because we did have an insanely disgusting close score of about 1,000 earlier, but maybe I can see this going to be a difference of maybe less than 10,000, because, you know, you have players that are so comfortable on Hidden and so comfortable on maps that realistically shouldn't be comfortable for anyone. And I think VA definitely does bring out, you know, that best part for their team of those really awkward things becoming comfortable, but so does Arnold and so does Kim. So I think the main, if we do look back at those 1v1s, I'm not even sure who you could pair up.
I mean, let the map play, let the score decide, I guess, because there's no stats we can read the scoreline of, can we now? Starting off this Hidden one, and yeah, we can definitely see Kim much more comfortable on these. Even though they find the first miss, the accuracy is there, the score is there, and it shows.
Yeah, unfortunate early miss coming in from Kim, but I mean, he's done this time and time again on these hidden ones, right? But then he does just find those combos in awkward maps. I mean, I'd honestly, when it comes to these hidden maps, I'd honestly compare Kim to Pala, where, sure, you might look weak on the intro, but he will just find those combos right where they somehow need them. And, you know, when you're team paired up with a teammate like Arnold, who is just going to hold on, I mean, you couldn't ask for a more solid teammate on a hidden one. But currently, it is still those 2-4 combos compared to 1, and it is, you know, and a bit of an accuracy difference. And in fact, you know, Kim's actually on the higher accuracy than Amount is, but it is those bottom players you want to be keeping an eye out for, especially when it comes to those higher accuracy numbers and those higher combos to match it. I mean, Arnold right now is putting on a show. 500 combo in, still holding on to those double S's, and just not seeming to wanting to let them go at any means necessary.
And no, still holding on to the double S. Amao does find some 100s. Kim does find the recovered combo with the better accuracy, and it is pretty close in terms of score. Even though there are 2 full combos on Team Blue, the map is pretty long. That makes the score leads a bit slower, but again, the accuracy on Team Red is holding that back as well a little bit. But as long as there are those 2 full combos, it's gonna be insanely difficult to shift back, if not impossible, because of just pure combo strength. Again, the map is not over yet. We are about halfway in. We have 2 minutes left, and anything can happen still.
Yeah, there's still so much on the table to happen halfway through the map. Still 3 full combos and 1 incredibly strong supporting combo. And it's just on a battle of who finds those misses more. And Kim and Arnold both find those misses! That is the worst case scenario for Project Sekai lovers. This is a strong map for them, but to both break their major combos and to lose their only full combo when you're against a team like tchouping Pro Max right now, who are still both holding on to disgusting full combos, it is the less than ideal scenario. That score lead is going to skyrocket, and because of the fact they're both holding on to full combos, I'm not entirely sure it's going to be all that possible to bring it back unless the worst happens for them too.
It is looking pretty miserable for Project Sekai lovers right now, as we are just watching 2 full combos coming in from VA and Amao. They are not letting go, they are just going and going and going, not letting any 100 sleep at this point. 99.3% ag on VA is insane. The map, accuracy wise, is a bit more comfortable, but again, holding those 2 combos this long into the map, 1.2k combo in. Yeah, at this point there's nothing Team Project Sekai lovers can do. It's way too late into the map for that 530,000 point shift, and Team Blue is just going. They are still going, not letting go of any combos, hitting the aim, hitting the sliders, hitting everything that comes their way. Just to close up the map with a double FC, possibly no, and does find the miss, unfortunately. So all eyes, all pressure is on VA right now, because this map has been decided. The question is how will it be decided? Will it be decided by an FC from VA? Will there be an unfortunate...
Oh my god! What is that slider break, VA? No! They were going the full mile. There was a chance for the double FC, but I still think that's the best team score we've seen so far. Hold on, Arnold? Arnold, do we want to talk about this accuracy real quick, mate? What do you mean? Because if my very flawed logic is to be correct, that 150 is the slider break.
Yes.
Which means Arnold would have SS'd, which is not real. That's not allowed. How? In what universe do you mean you SS choke with the world's most unlucky slider break? That's not allowed. But I think the saddest part about that is even if he didn't slider break and did get the SS, I don't even think he'd have won because of how insane that score difference is. Like, how was that the case for this? That's just... Yeah, Arnold. What are we doing? How are we doing that? Sure, man.
Well, it was a score from Arnold, definitely, but I don't think we should sleep on Kim because 400k on a map like that from a 5-digit?
Oh, yeah.
50k to be exact? Well, that's also insane.
Yeah, Kim is just... I'm gonna... Sorry, I'm gonna make the argument now. I'm not that experienced when it comes to knowing the 5-digit scene. However, I would make a very strong argument that Kim might be the best hidden player in 5-digit. Just because of the insane, consistent performances he's put out on this hidden one. A 7-star hidden map, which you wouldn't even see in a pool like that until literally grand finals. And he is setting scores that are competing with some of the best hidden players in the game. Like, I don't get how you can hit something like that at 5-digit. At any point at 5-digit, you could be 10k on the dot and I still wouldn't understand how you hit something like that. Ooh, we get to see the No Mod 4 pick going into the perennial map. The No Mod 4 flying cancel by Aya picks. 2 minutes, short map, but this map is one of those ones. It's another case of short map, but do not underestimate it because it is brutal. It is tech. It's always going to be always going to be uncomfortable, always going to be difficult. But when you see a difficulty name like perennial, you need to up those expectations of difficulty to another level because of being in such a well-esteemed tournament and being the No Mod 4 for one. You got to be ready to realize maybe this map isn't as it seems. 6.81 stars. Let's readjust that to 7.4, almost at the minimum, if in actuality. And I think this map is, you can just hear it. Just the difficulty being, played into your ears, and the map does not disappoint on that difficulty.
Yeah, I mean, the map is indeed difficult. We have seen Amal and VA play it. It makes sense that they pick it. As you said, it is short, so if a lot of breaks happen, if some breaks happen on VA Amal's side, and Arnold just magically decides to, FC the map like he did on No Mod 3, DT3, I mean, there is still a big chance of that 1v2 here, just because of the length of the map.
Yeah, the possibility is definitely on the table, but the likelihood is one of those ones where, with it being Arnold, you can definitely say it's possible, but as I was going to say, the gamble isn't something you want to risk on because it is so easy to find those misses, and Arnold does prove that twice in a row with how difficult it is to hold combo here, but VA is looking very strong on this, leading accuracy by a margin and a half. I mean, does unfortunately find the break to drop some more bit of accuracy, but the only contender he had is Arnold, who is still about a full percentage of accuracy behind him, and that score lead is showing that in spades of 80k already.
Yeah, 80k in favor of Team Blue. If he does find the miss, as you said, now does trade with Kim, but it's all to Arnold. If he can hold and if VA can find more misses, there is a chance for the shift. 70k is not too much, but there's only 1/3 of the map. He does indeed find a miss. Kim does trade that, but so does Amal a bit into the map, so now it's all on to Arnold. Can he hold? Can he shift the score back? If he holds, I believe he has enough time for the shift. If he misses though, it's gonna be tragic. It's gonna give tchouping break the match point position, which they do not want to see this early into the match for them. Basically, they are only 1 point in. They need 6 more. That's what they are looking for. Arnold is trying to hold these sliders. Kim does find the miss, but making it harder is Amao and VA both holding those combos. Arnold does find the miss, so it's gonna shift because Arnold is holding, but they still need to hold as much as possible because there's still the danger of VA holding that 300 combo. It's down to 10k because of Kim miss, but they did shift it, and that's the Arnold magic I was talking about.
Yeah, I mean, I was saying you don't want to gamble on, a full combo on this map, but if it wasn't for the 2 slider breaks, literally when the map started, that gamble would have actually paid off. That is disgusting score from Arnold. Yeah, the magic this man pulls off, even in a case where he is losing in a pretty unfortunate amount with such an uphill battle to face, it doesn't seem to phase him. He just doesn't care, because he's still the wielder of the Infinity Gauntlet. He is still Thanos. I cannot stress it enough how disgusting this player is when it comes to playing literally anything. But you gotta look at VA as well, who is, pretty much half his combo, but the accuracy of almost 99% on a tech map is just disgusting. But it still does go in favor of Project Second Love, is getting them their 2nd point, and perhaps the start of a fight of a century.
Yeah, I mean, it's not over until it's over. There's only 3 points difference between these 2 teams, but that's the break point from Project Sekai Lovers. They were down. If they win this point themselves, they're down to 2 points. That's 1 break point. If they can manage to get that break point back, we can very much see a TB. We could very much see shift back to like 7-5, which that would be insanity, and there's a really small margin for that happening, but there is that chance. I mean, as a commentator, I believe we want to see that 6-6 scoreline, we want to see that TB, because that's the entertainment. So far, we are still waiting for the big, and there it is. It's gonna be free mod 2, the anti-mod free mod we have seen so many times during this tournament.
Yeah, this is... Okay, I wanted to say this is one of Arnold's strongest maps, but it kind of isn't with how many strong maps he has on the table here. But out of the remaining maps that weren't banned, this isn't necessarily stronger than his DT2, but when you take mechanics out of the equation, this might be his strongest map, especially with the fact that time and time again, this guy is just choking hidden SSs on this map. And it's always just something that's random and small, but it's always enough for him just to get the score required to build it over. And then you look at Kim, who is also really weirdly strong on this map with Hard Rocks, despite how difficult it is on CS 6.5 with really awkward patterns, really awkward sliders, and really easily chain missable sections, but yet he'll still pull off very, very solid scores. But then you look over on the other side, we have Faye and Amao. Both players could run the hidden, both players could run the Hard Rock here, but I think it's going to be Faye running the hidden here. And I do think it's going to be honestly a contending score to Arnold. I genuinely think this will be another 1v1 case of the top row versus bottom row. And it might be the battle of who holds that SS longer.
Yeah, I mean, it could very much be. VA will definitely be grabbing that hidden against Arnold. Amao with the HR. We have not seen Amao on HR before yet, I believe. So that's gonna be an interesting one, and we are just waiting to see what the 1v1 between Arnold and VA brings us, but at the same time we are kind of watching and looking at Kim. If they can pull off the 300k they did before or something near that, since they need to match Amao for MG Arnold to have the biggest chance to win the 1v1, because again, with players this good, I think we could very much just see a close 1v1 and that whole score just being based off the support. But down goes VA. Arnold does hold on to the double S still. Pretty early break since the map is 3 minutes 40 seconds, but not the break you want to see if you're VA. That might bring your confidence a bit down, but again, if you can recover from that, there's still a big chance you might get that point, because that support right now on that HR is looking a bit better for Amao, but does find a miss, so combo is on Arnold's side right now. The score will shift slowly but surely. Question is, can they hold for long enough for the shift to happen? Can they hold for long enough for them to get the point? We'll see.
I definitely think Arnold can hold on long enough for this SS, because again, as I mentioned before, he has pretty much been so close to SSing this map so many different times, but if the other two players, Amao and VA, do manage to recover a very, very strong combo for the next half of this map, there's still a very, very strong chance for them to bring it back, even just as a team score. But FIA does find an unfortunate break just before the halfway point of the map. But it is a map to hold on right now. But the hardest part of this map with Hard Rock is yet to come. And I believe it will be this next section where, if we wanted to look at the closest thing I could call it to the current mapping of Osu, it's like a washing machine pattern on streams, but it's just not a stream. It's just a really awkward alt section that is just not mapped in a way that's comfortable. And here it goes. You can see it start to build up, and it starts to kick off with that flowing section, and it's just really awkward. It's almost a diamond section, and Amau is the only one to hold on to it through those patterns with the Hard Rock enabled, and it is an Arnold to drop the SS and a miss. So that score lead might start to flip over.
It might indeed. That H accuracy is pretty good on Amau, so if they don't break, if they hold, it will flip very, very shortly. There it is. But they still need to hold. The pressure is on them. Arnold does find the miss, not gonna help them at all, especially with Amau still holding that HRV. He does drop the miss as well, but there's still Mao holding that combo. 17,000 points. The longer they hold, the bigger the deal, the bigger the lead. And I mean, the longer they hold, if they hold for like 20-30 more seconds like that, I think it might be starting to get impossible for Project Sekai lovers to bring this score back, because look at that combo. 500, not letting go. He goes down, Kim does go down as well, and does someone even know what missing is right now?
I don't think so. I don't think Amari knows what nerves are at this point either. That cursor looks so stable. I mean, they found the miss, but look at how stable their aim looks on these patterns. I noticed it immediately when the map started, but I can't stress it enough how clean that looks. It's just, there is just so much control and not a single ounce of stress being shown in that cursor, and it has worked out beautifully for them to get that 600 combo during and after the hardest part of the map, mind you. And to basically close out this map with, I believe, 50k score after this section. And you know what? A very strong supporting combo from FIA. I didn't think I'd be saying the words supporting combo from FIA, but here we are. Amau just going crazy with a 3 miss on this map, but also got to look at Kim's score there with a 5 miss to be the second lowest miss count, but still bringing in a solid 267,000 score lead. A genuinely, arguably might be the best 5-digit there is, I'm starting to think.
Yeah, I mean, they are playing incredibly well for a 5-digit. Unfortunately, it was not enough, because there's Amau with that 567,000 points, 50k down. A bit more for the score shift, but that's the point for tchouping. Pro Max now not a great spot for Project Sekai lovers. Not the great spot for Project Sekai lovers at all. They need to get 4 points on the board to get to TB.
They need to start off with 2 breakpoints just to have that hope, and that is, with the maps remaining, that is a tall ask to have, because, you know, you still have another free mod on the table, which evidently these players are looking strong on. We still have the Hard Rock 3. We still have both Hard Rocks actually available after the Hard Rock 1 ban, but we still also have 2 hiddens on the table. All of the no mods are gone. And it's looking like a stressful moment now for both teams, where they have to pick into something they know they can win. But with the maps remaining, it's looking a bit more 50-50. I think, based off the precision capabilities, there it is. As I was going to say, I think Hard Rock 2 might be the strongest bet for them right now, because of, you know, Amau's strong precision capabilities and FIA's aim to also match that. I think this might be their strongest remaining map, other than Hidden 2.
Love to see this map be played, since this one was not picked too much. I mean, CS 7.3, definitely not something you would like. But hey.
Yeah, Puyu and her. Puyu FCs. Puyu FCs. Yeah, like, Puyu on precision is scary. That's something I'm sad I didn't get to witness in this tournament, is Puyu just running anything with precision. But, you know, it ain't about Puyu. It is about those 4 players in front of us right now. And looking at it, I mean, we're seeing, this is one of those ones where I think this might be, weird for me to say, I think this might be Arnold's weakest map in this pool, which feels wrong to say, but there has to be one that's the weakest map of the pool. That has to be a case. and I think it might be this one. I don't know if we've seen Arnold have a score on this. I can't remember which match it was that did play this map, but if you weren't there to see it, get your eyeballs ready, because you're going to need to be looking very closely to see these notes, because even though it is still only 4 screens, these notes are so small that, you know, we are bordering Osu for ants. You know, you add like maybe 0.4%, no, 0.4 more onto that CS, and we are actually in that Osu for ants category. But the map does start, and this map is pretty much brutal the entire way, purely because of that precision. And Amal is the first player to find a miss alongside Arnold, I believe, but no, with it being this early in, it's nothing to worry about too much. It's still a 3-minute map almost, so you get time to build those combos, but building those combos is definitely the hard part for this map, because of how easy it is to find really unfortunate breaks on those sliders, or really awkward breaks on these notes.
Yeah, I mean, as you said, the combo will be difficult to build up, but the accuracy also is a struggle to hold. So far, the accuracy lead is on Team Blue side, and it's showing on the score 12k in favor of Team Blue, but Arnold does find a miss again, and I don't want to say it, but the pressure cure is on Kim right now for Team Red, as they are holding the last FC of Team Red. So is VA on Team Blue. I mean,
oh,
there it goes. Oh.
Yeah, that's a miss from everyone but VA, who is to go into these flowing sections with the combo remaining. The score lead will grow quite quickly because of the density of these notes, but holding on to this section is so difficult if you're not comfortable to precision flowing. But arguably might be some of the most fun part of the map, because of the precision required on this flow, and the fact they do kind of follow that no more 2 route of the acceleration decel, but it is VA to hold on going into these doubles. Now, that part is also very easy to break on, but so is any part of this map. So the score that I'm seeing right now in front of my eyes in that bottom right corner doesn't seem to feel real, because it should not be logically doable in match to pull off a score of this caliber, almost at 500k, just past the halfway point. But Arnold is catching up with 400 combo, but a bit behind on that accuracy game. But it is Kim and Amal going head to head again. Oh, but there it is, the 3 breaks, VA to drop the full combo, but Arnold to drop the combo that would be on their tail. So that chance at a comeback has just closed in front of their very eyes, of 355,000 with the last quarter to find. I think this might have been the match ender, Mavo.
It does seem like 373,000 points without any combo. Well, there is some combo on Arnold, Amal does find the miss, but there's nowhere near enough for that shift to happen. Which means that VE will make it, will do it back to back.
Yeah, we're seeing a back-to-back title from VA. This is a performance and a half. Hey, maybe come the next generation of MBB, we might just see a 3-time champion for it if VA just decides to keep going off with these scores that they have been. 633,000. 1 versus 2. Switching the man himself, going for the 1 versus 2s this entire tournament, Arnold, and deciding to end the match, doing it himself to prove he belongs in the champion seat once again. 1 versus 2 from VA. Beautiful scores, but even then, 1 versus 2, but still a very strong score from Amal. All I have to say is so well played from all of these players in this match in particular, right? Arnold going crazy on all the matches to get up to this point, going for so many crazy 1v2s, and Kim going for so many good supporting scores on a lot of those gimmick maps. But for this match, unfortunately, just wasn't enough to face against VA and Amal. One player super strong on mechanics, one player super strong on a lot of those aim picks and more awkward picks, but then you can't even just say that, because guess what? Amal is also stupidly good at that hard rock as well when it comes to free mod, so you just have a team that can cover each other's weaknesses and have some good strengths combined, and I think that is what makes them the winner of this MBB 9.
It does indeed. They were a solid team from start to, from the beginning to till the end. They just came unbeaten. They did drop some points. It wasn't that as one-sided as some MBBs have been. It was entertaining. It was really cool to watch Arnold play, to watch some of those scores, but they did get matched pretty well by some players, so it wasn't just Arnold performing. And I mean, this is maybe not the best ending we could have had. There might have been a TB, but this was pretty damn good of a match, and overall pretty damn good of an iteration. We had some TBs, we had some really close matches, and I mean, I'm just happy how it ended. statistically speaking, we only had 5 FFs in the first round, nothing after, which is insane. Well, 6 FFs, because the third place match will unfortunately not get played due to scheduling issues. But thanks everyone who decided to play, thanks everyone who decided to staff, especially Torva, Tush, Kimmy, who else was that? Blank Tab, everyone who left. I don't know who to name right now, but expect an announcement soon. And for those watching this far, for those who are still on the stream, MBB 10 will happen, but expect something special between that. So with that said, that's gonna be it for MBB 9. My name was Mavo. I will be back with you, maybe shortly, maybe not, we'll see. Thank you Torva for co-casting with me. Thank you Tush again for streaming this match. And see you with the next iteration. See you next time. Goodbye.
Bye bye.